Hello everyone. Don't mind the mess, but today we're doing another painting video. So there's this painting that I gotta do for a show coming up in this month for Wicked. This is at Gallery Nucleus here in the Los Angeles area. I was invited to participate, so I'm pretty stoked. I've already printed out my digital version that I sent off to get approved, and I'm about to transfer it onto my painting block. First, we're gonna set up my palette. I'm so out of breath. Since I'm going to be working with acrylic gouache dries really fast. Like, don't you hate it when this happens? So to redo my tutorial from like a zillion years ago, I'm so out of breath. This is how we do it. Paper towel, you're gonna wet it with some water. Oh no, too much water. Parchment paper, the kind that you bake with. I got this from Costco. Lay it on top, just like that. It's dry to the touch, but there's moisture underneath. So, because science, it won't dry your paint out. Yeah, any questions? I'm so out of breath.
Since my printer is limited to 8.5 by 11, I stitched together the entire image using 2 sheets of paper, which is why there's that weird seam in the middle. Next, what I did was I covered the entire backside of the page with blue NuPastel so that I could transfer my drawing onto my block. Now, at first I was using a pink color pencil to try to transfer everything, but it was just not sharp enough or applied enough pressure for the pastel to transfer over, so I switched to a mechanical pencil. Once I've gotten all of the drawing transferred onto my block, then I'll go back in with a pink color pencil and start kind of touching up the drawing. The banner that says Emerald City was tapering a little bit too much on the left-hand side, so I cleaned it up with a ruler. Now we can start painting. I like to start with a wash of burnt sienna over my entire piece just so that I am not scared of painting. Something about not having this wash psychologically just does not let me start painting at all. So by just covering the entire thing with paint, I feel a lot more confident to just start putting color down. I always start with the faces that are in my paintings, mainly because it's the most anxiety-inducing part of the entire piece. So if this part doesn't go right, then I just feel like the rest of the painting just won't go right. So once I get the most daunting task finished, then I feel like I could just start painting leisurely for all the other elements. So it's the next day, and you can see my Stay Wet palette still wet since we had been painting the night before, and I just continue on. This painting actually took me several days to complete. I changed my palette multiple times throughout the weeks just because I needed different colors, and I just spent countless hours just slaving away at small details on the skirt, on the flourishes, and everything else in between. And then to finish off, this thing that I'm using is called a ruling pen. A pen that I learned how to use in like an illustration class back in community college, and it's such an archaic tool but so cool. You basically brush a little bit of the paint that you're using and you can basically use your paint like a pen, which is really neat. And you can use it up against a ruler, hence why it's called a ruling pen. And then yeah, that pretty much finishes it up. Remove the tape and there it is. So me, my husband, and some friends went to the opening reception for the show at Gallery Nucleus in Alhambra. It was pretty fun. It wasn't super crowded since we went right at the start around 5 p.m. and there was still a pretty decent crowd looking at all of the artwork. So it was really nice to see all of the works in the show. I was so inspired by a lot of the pieces that I saw there. There's this one that's like super detailed graphite, super beautiful, just hand embellished things and just amazing pieces all around. And I felt like maybe just a little bit lackluster in like what I produced, but still pretty happy with the results. This is my first show at this gallery after all, so yeah, there it is, hanging on the wall. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!
Why am I so out of breath?